Hi guys, so today we're solving this problem called maximum subarray. Let's read it. Given an integer array nums, find the subarray with the largest sum and return its sum. Right. So we've been given this nums array which has some values which can be positive and negative, and we have this we need to find the largest subarray sum, right? So in this particular array, if we see this 4 minus 1, 2 and 1 form the largest subarray sum, which is basically 6, right? And if you just add everything actually, so if this is 6, 6 minus 5, that is 1, 1 plus 4, which is 5, 5 minus 3, again 2, 2 plus 1, 3, and 3 minus 2 is 1, right? So that's the total sum of this entire array, but we need to select the maximum sum, and the entire sum is actually less than the subarray sum. So if you just select this subarray, this maximum sum that we get is 6, and we use that. So the approach that we'll follow for this problem is called cadence algorithm, and in this algorithm we'll be using max ending, which means that we will have a max ending uh, and iterate through the array. And what is the max ending till the first, till that element, right? Till that index, what is the maximum possible ending or maximum possible ending subarray sum of that particular, index, right? So there we have two choices, right? One, we can extend the maximum sum subarray ending at the previous element by adding the current element, right? We can extend the sum. So at at 1, I have two choices. Either I can include it or I can't include it, right? So choice 1 is I can extend the maximum subarray ending at the previous element by adding the current element. What is the choice 2? Choice 2 is I can start a new subarray starting from the current element, right? So I can also, like, I can include it, right, in the sum of the previous, right? Or I can just start a new subarray from this particular index itself. So yeah, that is the choice 2. So in that way, if the max subarray sum ending at the previous index is negative, it is always better to start a new subarray from the current element, right? So if I've got, like, the previous element, the sum that we have got is actually negative, right? So minus 2 is the only sum that I've got in the previous one. I can always start a new subarray from here. That is a good idea, and that will be the approach, right? So yeah, that is the algorithm where we'll have two choices. One is to select the element or not, right? If we select it, we'll check if it is a good idea to add it in the sum or just start a new subarray from the current index, right? Those two choices are there. So if we select the element, we'll add it in the sum. Otherwise, we can start a new subarray from that particular index, right? So let's get to the coding part in order to understand this a bit better. Let's get to the coding part. So first of all, I'll just create a max sum, which will basically be just nums of 0, that the particular index at 0 is the maximum sum, and like an intermediate sum, which will basically store everything for the choices that I said. So nums.size, I plus plus. So intermediate sum has two choices, which is either I can use intermediate sum, or I can do intermediate sum plus nums of I, right? Or sorry, I can just start a new, right? A new subarray, or I can just use the previous sum and include it in the previous sum, max ending of the previous sum, right? And then after that, I'll just say what is the max sum out of, like, what is the maximum possible, intermediate sum that it can create, what is the maximum possible subarray sum it can create, right? And in the end, I'll just return it, right? That is the idea. Let's run it to see if everything is working fine. That works. Cool. I hope you guys understood the problem. Thank you so